everyone. I am Shearra Leatetiae na Colaljo. And tonight, I'm going to talk about a little bit of my childhood. So, karon nga naata sa balay, di ba nostalgic gud kaayo kay nata sa balay karon, and then sa una kay mugawas ta nya magkigduwa with our friends. Per karon lahi na gud siya kay dili naman ta makagawas-gawas. Karon nga naa ako sa quarantine, daghan jud kayo ko og mga childhood memories nga na-rememberan ako balik. Recently naka-remember ko nga I used to play with my grandparents kanang nga mga ceramic nga teapots or teacups, and sa una I have this bag, and ang sulod ana nila kay mga gagmay kaayo nga mga butang niya. I'll always yun na ako dala akong bag niya. Sometimes I wouldn't go out without it. So even though unsa ka gagmay to nga mga butang, pero each piece were very special to me good. So karon nga nat ko sa quarantine, daghan jud kaayo ko og mga na-realize niya usa na ana kay some things easily go unnoticed good. As in, like, we become so preoccupied by our duties and responsibilities nya kanang dili na nato ma-notice gyud ang mga butang. So now nga nata sa balay and we have more time in our hands, I encourage you to look for the little things that you didn't notice before. So like how the sun shines in the morning, how lovely the flowers looks, or how the stars sparkle in the night sky. Kana nga magbutang gagmay jud kay na sila nya dili gyud na nato sometimes ma-notice. Bisag maglakaw na to sa gawas, ma-feel na to ang kainit, pero di gyud na to sometimes ma-appreciate ang sun nga nadira karon. Pero og mawala na ang sun kay dira na ta maka-appreciate yun. So we become so accustomed to these things, that's why we easily take it for granted. And whether we like it or not, sometimes this is what happens to our families at good. We know that they're always there, and kanang nara like atong parents kay nara sa balay always nga if ever gikanta sa school or gikanta somewhere, we know nga nara gid na sila dira always nga maghuwat nato. In my case, akong mama ang maghuwat nako sa balay inig uli nako gikan sa school nya kanang kanang tungod kay I'm so used to nga akong mama kay nara dira pirmi para nako. Sometimes ma-take for granted nako ang iyang presence gyud. And karon nga kanang nasa quarantine, naka-realize yun ko nga kanang they're always there, and then suddenly nagi possibility nga suddenly mawala ra gyud sila. We know that they're always there good. I know nga this pandemic is very tragic, but let us never forget to look at the good things amidst the circumstances. Let us still do the things now we can still do. So if you're not in your house, call your parents, call your friends, ask them how they're doing, if they're being safe. As in, I think it's the perfect time right now to reconnect the things na we used to have. I think nga kanang tungod kay na quarantine ta, kay it's also a good opportunity nga maka reach out ta sa mga people nga kanang in a more deeper way. Kay, we usually have casual talks, pero have you ever asked them how they're really doing, how they're coping up with life. Kana mga butang nga kay sometimes we forget nga they're also growing old. You know, we become so busy of our own lives nga dili sa data makarealize nga atong parents sa di ay kay naggrow sad sila older nga kanang nasa sila mga butang nga kanang they have to deal with. Although ato ang future karon kay it's still very vague, wala kita kabaw asa ni padung ang tanan, and kanang I feel like kung unsay naasa nato karon ato lang sa gyud i-cherish, ato lang sa gyud i-live ang moment karon nga napa sila, nga we could bond with them, nga we could still talk to them. It's now a good time to refocus the things that are real and that are important good. You know, we become so busy of our studies, as in my case kay student pa ko, or akong mga parents sad kay sometimes they become so busy with their work, and then kanang wala ay dili na galing mi ka-realize nga what we're doing kay it's for each other. They're working for me and I'm studying well for them sad, and then it's time to refocus the reason good kanang behind all the things that we're doing, which is our family. Karon sad, it is time to appreciate the beautiful treasures in our lives like our family, our relatives and friends, the blessings that are given to us, and most importantly, I think ang good health gud karon kay mo gyud pinaka kanang importante gud nga dapat nato i-appreciate, kay mga ubang tao karon nga nataon sa ICU, or atong mga frontliners nga dili na taon kauli silang balay kay tungod karon sa COVID-19. It's really important gud na ato gud ni siyang i-treasure ang unsay naa pa nato karon, kay a lot of people really long the things that we have, and then ironically kita kay dili na to ma-appreciate gud ba. So let us nurture the present for it to flourish in the future. Tonight, I'll share with you a quote from my favorite book, The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. The simple things are also the most extraordinary things, and only the wise can see them. You see, a family, a person, a thing can be so simple, yet so extraordinary. I know I'm still young, pero I've learned that you will always find the real joy in the most little or most small things good. And with that, I would like to greet you all a good night. Live and love Jesus forever in your hearts. Stay safe always, and always remember that whatever comes, the future is safe in God's hands.